The Dream Stealer by Stephen Cosgrove. Beyond where the sun does set, farther than the rainbow falls, on an island in the middle of a swamp, a strange hunchback gnome silently sat on a gaily bridled goat, watching daylight turn to dusk, turn to dark. Strapped to his goat were 2 leather bags, one full, one empty. Silent still he sat, until the night was at its darkest. Then, and only then, he broke the eerie silence and chanted loudly. My bag is filled with nightmares, it seems, which I will trade for your sweet dreams. The dreams are mine, the nightmares yours, but soon there will be dreams no more. The bells will peal, and as they ring, I, the dream stealer, shall be king. Then in a puff of twisted mist and darkened cloud, he disappeared into the forest. Not far from the swamp, wrapped in the silvered shadows of the autumn moon, was the village of Chimera. Cottages, with their thatched, patched roofs and chimneys made from river rock, lined the cobbled streets that twisted and twirled like taffy through the village. This was the town where lived brother and sister Gabby and Michael McDool. Gabby was 8 and loved to talk as much as she loved to dream. She talked to anyone who would listen and to many who wouldn't. Michael was 13, a strapping youth who worked for his father as a smithy's apprentice. In the early evening light, Mother McDool would light a candle and leave it in the open attic window. In this way, Michael and Gabby knew that supper was nearly cooked and that tools should be put away. The workday was done. Down long, twisted lanes at the outside edge of Chimera stood a quaint old home built of seasoned pole pine and quarried rock. It was here that a charming old hermit lived, and had lived forever and a day. He had silvered hair, a long flowing beard to match, and eyes that sparkled crystal blue. His hair swirled about him on windy days, and his gnarled feet, set in soft sewn boots, glided over the cobbled streets. His name was Bartholomew, and he was the town's librarian, the custodian, if you like, of all of Chimera's fine leather-bound books. Wherever he walked, wherever he went, Bartholomew carried books, no matter the title, no matter the stories. Books, all marvelous stories filled with wishes and wants. Of all the books he tended, he would lend them to the children and parents alike. He would take books to the old and infirm, so that their minds could go places that their bodies couldn't take them. As he had often said to any who would listen, for inside books are delicious, magical places that will stir the imagination of any who wish to read the words written inside. Now, here in the shadowed moonlight, Bartholomew's step quickened. He was eager for a warm fire and a hot, tidy bowl of stew, for it was eventide in Chimera. But all was not sweetness and light, for nearly every night, when the time was 7 minutes past the ringing of the 11th hour, children throughout the village woke crying in their sleep from dreams gone bad. Wooden matches sputtered and flared to life, lighting waxy candles' wicks as warm feet plopped onto cold tile. Flickering lights floated from window to window as parents quickly patted down paneled hallways to soothe away the fears of their children. One bright moonlit night, Bartholomew watched and listened to all these goings-on from his shuttered windows that were opened wide. Robed and in slippered feet, he slipped out into the night to see what he might see. The old storyteller watched in wide-eyed wonder as a shadowy shape scurried from cottage to cottage. The phantom held 2 leather bags draped over his shoulder, one empty, one full. Bartholomew watched the shape slip up and over the windowsill of an unshuttered window and into one of the Chimeran homes. As the old man peeked through the window, the shadowed shape, walking